on two recent actions. The first being the Fire TV Xbox partnership boasting no need for a console, and the second, the reconstruction of benefits for their console tier of Game Pass. Now, the Fire TV move feels like an abandonment of a console suite they modeled the most powerful and most balanced. The latter just feels like a repudiation of console gamers altogether. Couple this with the move to place Xbox games on their biggest rival, PlayStation, and many are now wondering if they will ever understand how they fit in this new transition. Well, now supporters have come out to defend these moves. They're saying the company is just being more user-friendly, and the criticisms are unwarranted, or people are freaking out for no reason. It's not logical. Now, are these influencers saying this right? Or is Xbox really gearing to slyly dump their core consumer console game? We talk about all this in the next installment of the Spill or Hot Topic video series. This is going to be a good one. Let's get into this one. What's up, people? It's your boy MM2K back again with another episode of The Spill. Again, this is where we talk about the latest and greatest in video game, AAA genre defining news. And boy, oh boy, we got a good one for you today. But before we get into that one, do us a huge favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and rock those bells for notifications, please. All right, let's get into this one. Okay, so here's what I want to do. I want to show you two things first, and then we're going to talk about them on the back end. So in order for me to do that, let's do this. Okay, let's make that bigger. All right, there we go. All right, so this is from Stein. And if you don't know who Stein is the social media manager over at Xbox, okay? So he responded to what we talked about in the bumper as far as like console gamers filling the draft from Xbox. And they're like, and this is his response to this, right? Check this out. He says, been reading some of the negative takes on cloud and how more choices mean less for others. It's not logical. We got Series X and S, 3 new console models revealed in June, cloud on mobile browser, Meta VR, Samsung TV, and Amazon Fire. First-party games across legendary developers, across multiple ecosystems, Xbox Game Pass and Game Pass PC, third-party games and great partnerships with icons like Square Enix and more, all wrapped up in an ecosystem that supports cross-play, progression, purchase where implemented. It is always about choice, and your choice doesn't remove from others. It always grows together as interconnected systems, not silos. All right, and then the second is from, here he is, Mr. Glaze Microsoft, Mr. Jez Corden. You know what? I don't know how to take this guy. I wonder if it's how he wakes up in the morning. Like if he's had his fiber that particular day, he might just go on the Glaze campaign for Microsoft. But if he's had a rough night and he's woke up to a ball of beef eaters, right? Then maybe we'll get the truth. I don't know, but this right here has to be one of the most ridiculous takes that I've heard from Jazz. And this is coming from me, a cloud gamer myself. He says, cloud is Xbox hardware though. The console is just in a data center instead of your house. What's the difference? Look, okay, we'll get back to this buffoonery in a second. Still with Stein, because at least Stein put a little bit of effort in his slyness and in his slickness, right? So Stein, here's the problem. It's not choice. What's happening right now is Xbox gamers are being forcibly exodused, that's the word, from the console. Everything that has made the console lucrative for them is being stripped away. It is being maintained elsewhere or is being slapped elsewhere. So owning a console is no longer lucrative for the Xbox consumer, because when you buy a console, there's a lot of investment and money that goes into said console for a particular purpose. Like if I buy an Xbox over a PlayStation, I want those Xbox games, so that's why I had to put that $500 up there to get those Xbox games. But I may want the multiplats as well, because there's more multiplats than anything. The thing that swayed my decision for most gamers are the Xbox games, but that's not the only thing I engage with. So if most of the games that I engage with are multiplat, because I'm a console gamer and that's just how it flows, even with PlayStation. If most of the games that I indulge with are multi-plat, and you are stripping away what makes a console lucrative for developers to get into it, is you've heard developers say, nah, we don't even know why we support that. And your response is not to make the console more lucrative for those developers. You say, oh, okay, well, what we're going to do is we're going to make this open platform. How about you put Epic Store in there? You got to put Steam. So get your third party from there. Hell, we're even doing A/B testing on the possibility of games that we offer too. We point you over to the Nvidia GeForce Now. Like, for instance, Street Fighter 6. You don't want to play it with us? You don't want to get our version? Go ahead and get their version that you got to get via Steam. No association to the Xbox marketplace altogether. You're pointing people to an entirely different marketplace. So you're stripping the closed uniqueness of the console, and that's part of what makes it, that's part of the incentive for the developers, because they're like, because you're closing that off, then you're going to really fight to try to bring more people over to this box, plus making it more viable and more lucrative for us to put our games on here. So if you're not doing that, then we're not going to make native Xbox versions. We'll start cutting back on that. You're going to see that over time, right? And they're not waiting. Like I just said, they're not waiting. Apparently, it looks like they're not waiting until this new hardware comes out. There is A/B testing slides out there, if these slides are authentic, of them trying this stuff right now. Like I said, with what they're doing with Street Fighter 6 and GeForce Now. So Stein, stop, bruh. It's not about choice. It's about herding. You are trying to herd gamers who want that native gameplay that comes with the console, that wants that fight for exclusive content that comes with the console, that makes the console more lucrative, brings more people to it, and then creates a cycle where the Xbox marketplace is now defined and more lucrative so we can get these third-party games. That's not happening. Now what you're proposing to people is play on Fire TV, where you're going to see examples of where people said that's trash. Oh, go get a PC. That's expensive to play these games on PC. Right? And a lot of these console gamers, they will not be able to handle PC. So you're taking them away from their comfort zone and thrusting them somewhere else where they're, at this point in time, they're not going to enjoy it. You could sit there and say, well, we're giving you reasonable fidelity with the cloud. If xCloud wasn't so problematic output-wise, we'll get into that in a little bit. But Stein, that was a clever way to try to gaslight gamers who have authentic concerns. Bad choice for you, bro. Bad choice for you. It's like, again, what's the famous line we associate with D-Batch? Who you gonna believe, me or your lying eyes, right? This right here is just straight buffoonery. I am a cloud gamer, and for full transparency, I'm gonna tell you something. I like this Xbox move personally. I do. Why? Because I'm not, I would rather stick hot razor blades in my eyelids before I buy another piece of hardware from Xbox. I will only indulge with Xbox via Xbox PC Game Pass if the cloud gaming infrastructure ever improves to a reasonable form. I might try them there. But Xbox deciding to bring their games to me is the best thing they can do to get my dollar. But here's the thing. I don't represent the core. I represent a minority of people that don't engage with Xbox, but would semi-entertain it if Xbox became more accessible. Your core right now, the people that are paying the lights and paying the bills right now, this is the antithesis of what they're looking for. This is not going to work for them. Not right now. And not at the pace that you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing that you got Fire TV available. That's cool. But another thing is you're stripping away core elements of the console experience. That's where I say you're making the wrong moves. But this right here from Jazz is just straight lunacy. What is the difference? You want to know what the difference is? Let me tell you what the difference is. I want to show you guys something else. This is a video that we've talked about with our members. So if you're a member, go check it out if you haven't already. But this is a video where Digital Foundry themselves, who tried to be nice to Xbox and xCloud. I remember when it first released, and they were all nice about it because they were playing it on the phone. I forgot what game they were playing, but you know, they were shilling for it. Right now, they're not shilling today. They tested it and they were just like, look, man, I mean, it's playable, but it's not acceptable. Like, this is not a replacement for your Xbox experience. And so no, they're like, the slogans that are coming along with this are completely false. Do not fall for it, right? That's the difference, Jazz. Even though they're using Xbox hardware, you're not getting nowhere near the same level of output. Even the Series S, it pales into comparison to the Series S. That thing's been called a potato all generation. Jazz, this is lunacy. Get off my screen. Get the hell off my screen. So we have that. We also have this from the Thurrott think tank. And these are the people that I go to first and foremost for all things Xbox, right? There's going to be links to all this. I want you to listen to what they have to say about their Fire TV experience with Xbox, right? But it doesn't stop there. Friend of the channel, the homie, Doc Dark, he said this. So I tried xCloud, and again, Doc Dark is enthusiastic about Game Pass. He's had issues. He spoke out against some of the things that Xbox has done that was not console friendly, and he feels slighted because he wouldn't pay the money for the console. But here's Xbox. Here's Doc Dark still. He says, so I tried xCloud yesterday on the Fire Stick 4K Max. It was trash. Why would Xbox want to introduce a new audience to its games and service this way? That's the difference, Jazz. Oh yeah, you know what? I forgot one. But then when it comes to Game Pass and the structures taken away from Game Pass, we had this from, remember this video that we did earlier this week? If you didn't, go check it out. It was climbing the charts. It was burning the billboards. Check out this video that we did where Paris Lilly came on an Xbox Glazing podcast and just gave them the cold hard truth that Xbox in this whole Game Pass thing, you can't make excuses for the things that people are concerned about. And there needs to be some clarity. He does that. He says, stop trying to make these false equivalencies when it comes to PlayStation Plus. Excellent video. Definitely check it out. All right. So in closing, here's what I have to say about all this. I think it's more than evident that Xbox is trying to work through their parasocial relationships to try to change the narrative. Now I get that Stein works for Xbox, but they threw that dude under the bus. For him to come out there and say that was like, yeah, like we're stupid. Jazz on the other hand, I don't, man, Jesus Christ. Anyway, now, they're trying to change the narrative in large part due to them believing that their strategy will work if people just talk good about it. Like if they can get these parasocial nuts out here to just talk good about it, people will ignore what they see, what they experience, the things that Digital Foundry, Paul Thurrott, and Brad Sams, and even Doc Dark. You guys know Doc Dark. Even the things that he said. People will ignore them and say, well, no, these influencers and these bloggers / journalists, when they want to be, these bloggers are telling us that this is good, so we're going to believe them. Look, I'm sorry, but gamers have functioning eyes. They're not going to fall for this crap. Outside of the small percentage of those disenfranchised from the console model, you know, the ones that Stadia and GFN and all these cloud platforms they're trying to build from, outside of continuing to grow that group, that small group, Xbox with the service as it is now is not converting any mainstream gamers. There is nobody that's going to say, ooh, I have a Series X, or ooh, I have a Series S, and this service as it is a reasonable alternative. Even when they give you access to your a la carte games, even when they do that, nobody is going to say that. Sorry. To give up your console, there has to be favorable trade-offs. And as packaged today, none exist for console gamers. Now, we will see if the service improves to a level that changes all that. I just don't know if publicly forsaking your core consumer on console is a wise thing to do now for the sake of your ecosystem. I'm in lockstep with Doc Dark. I don't think that being so forceful to yank these incentives from them and talk this verbiage now to slight your core, I just don't think that that's good to do now. I think they need to, be a little bit more timely with it, right? That is, unless you frankly don't give a damn, as long as you buy my game somewhere. And that's it from your boy. Let me know what y'all think about all this in the comment section below. Have you tried Xbox on Fire TV? Let us know. Because who gives a heck what I think? But if you did like what I had to say, check out the links below to follow me. They'll lead you to Geeks, Cloud Dose, Hard Knock Digital Culture, and MM2K Gaming. With that said, peace. Have a wonderful, wonderful gaming day. There is civil unrest amongst Xbox gamers these days, and it's in large part centered around two recent actions.
Hello?
No, you're not muted. What's up, everybody? All right. Sorry about that. I was muted. Is the audio DOC or delayed like Pierre's is stupid. No, you weren't muted, but I was muted. And you know what happened? Because I opened up Streamlabs. Yep.
Bro, just put a note somewhere. Please test the fucking audio.
No, I had opened Streamlabs because I was fixing the bar count, and that I downloaded a plugin to add Streamlabs elements to OBS, which that was a mistake because it's not doing what it's supposed to do. And when I opened Streamlabs, it must have transferred over some of this shit from this other scene that I have because we would have both been muted. You weren't muted, I was muted. So that was muted my too. No, when I looked at my bar, your shit was still green. Mine was grayed out. Like I didn't even have to unmute you. So I just gotta that's my fault. When I remove that plugin, that'll take care of that. I'm sorry about that, y'all. But yeah, I was reading Emma's comments. And Emma was saying that Xbox fans finally starting to realize the consequence of having poor hardware sales. And I was just saying, look, y'all, I think it's a little bit more nefarious than that. I don't think it's that they realize that there are poor hardware sales. I think these people knew that Xbox, they knew Xbox didn't have an answer for PlayStation. But as long as Xbox could keep up the illusion, that's what kept them happy. Let's get to 10 likes, y'all, so we can start this live reaction to the THQ showcase.
Emma woke up and chose violence, bro.
Yeah, oh yeah. She ain't telling no lies though.
No
lies. No lies are detected. I mean, and Emma, if I'm quoting you wrong, here's probably your frustration. I voiced this yesterday. We told them this 2 years ago. So it's not necessarily, and again, I think we're giving them too much. We're giving those guys that were on that podcast, or the people that have been on podcasts saying this, we're giving them too much credit. They knew this. They just felt like that Xbox, with all of their evangelist marketing and all of their shenanigans and all of their bullshit, would continue to keep it up on Twitter long enough to give them enough material to keep spinning reality. They thought that, Xbox, because every time they fuck up at a metric, they come up with a new metric. Or they put some shit out on Twitter where they make it easier for content creators to contort the truth. Like prime example is when Phil Spencer went and sat down with Jazz and talked about, we don't have any plans to put Game Pass anywhere, when we were talking about the multi-plat stuff, right? And you had content creators, Polar Rock and King Fresh got it right in the anus, right? All that dumb shit. When I believe that even they're not stupid, because they were a content creator that was dick riding PlayStation 2. But all it was about is give us enough cover to keep throwing up these smoke screens for people to come over and gobble up our bullshit content. That's what this is all about. And Xbox no longer wants to play that game. They've decided, somebody high up decided, nah, we're not going to play that game anymore. Just stop it. It is what it is. people will have to digest it no matter how jagged the pill is. They got to swallow it and then move on with their fucking lives. That's what they're saying. Because you got to remember, Sarah Bond, when she was promoted, she was made vice president of Xbox in content creation relations or some goofy shit like that. Like, I've never heard the head of a division for the platform, right along with them being the head of the division for the platform, be told, oh yeah, your job is to go to content creators and social media. That's Aaron Greensberg's job. Why the fuck is that her job? But that tells you how important it was at the time for Xbox to sit there and do that evangelist marketing. I continue to talk nefariously about them. We need 3 more likes, Sean. We'll get to the showcase. I continue to talk nefariously about them and their intents because Xbox flew these motherfuckers out. Excuse me, for shrimp and lobster bisque. They flew them out and told them these Spinmeister plans every day, all the time. We knew it was happening. Tim solidified it when he went on Porter Rock's podcast. He solidified it. We knew it was happening. Then, it's like I said, they just thought that Xbox would continue to drop these little pamphlets of Spinmeister information that they can use regardless of what was happening. All y'all think about is sales. Remember that shit? It's not about sales. It's about monthly active. Where's that at? Nobody wants to talk about that no more. Why? Because Xbox isn't even interested in what's going on social media anymore. They don't give a fuck. We're removed to prove to you that they don't give a fuck. These dudes came out here and said, we are pushing back Avowed because we want you to finish your backlog. Excuse me? What backlog on Xbox? Excuse me? You talking about that motherfucker that didn't finish Phantom Dust? What are we talking about? We talking about Gears 4? What backlog? Anybody, somebody, anyone tell me? On PlayStation, I got a backlog. On PlayStation, I got a backlog. It was created after game after game. Look. This year from PlayStation alone, I got Stellar Blade to finish. Fucking Cold Blood. He Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. What else was there? Helldivers 2 to continue. That sucked up time. Grand Blue Fantasy. And then if I want to dive into it, because I did like the gameplay, I just didn't think it was worth $70. But from what I understand, it might be on sale now. Rise of Ronin. That's a backlog. That's just 2024. 2023, I still got Marvel Spider-Man. This Final Fantasy 16, I still haven't finished Forspoken. 2022, for crying out loud. I got God of War Ragnarok. I got Horizon Forbidden West. Let's go back further. I still got Returnal. What backlog? What did Xbox give you that you couldn't finish in 5 hours? Hellblade 2. What backlog is there? Am I going back to Exoprimal? What are we talking about? There is no backlog.
But what about the game of the generation?
Starflop. Is that the belief system that I put 300 hours in the Starflop and that took away from me playing everything else? Y'all saw me. I put more hours in the Starflop than the average Xbox gamer. I got 30 plus hours in the game. I've seen everything I needed to see. The game is done, son.
Oh, so you saw a whole 28 hours of menus. And
Even if that was the case, I saw 28 hours of menus and 2 fucking guns. That's all I needed to see. It's everything that is relevant in that game. I've seen everything that I needed to see in that game and what I was getting and the offering. New game plus after 700 hours. Oh, no, you go to games over Greggy with that shit. I don't want to hear that shit to try to sound neutral. Fuck out of here. Redfall? Me and Cold Blood, we took our dose of cyanide. We tried Redfall. We played it. We played it for what, like 2 or 3 hours and shit? Maybe even longer. We rubbed hot asphalt in our eyeballs. We already went through that. What else is there?
I'd rather play Foam Stars before I play Redfall again.
Yeah, bruh. What else? Was I supposed to go back to? Nothing against these guys. I love them because they're real nice, and I had the pleasure of talking to them on another indie game. What, am I supposed to go back to the Falconer? Was I supposed to take my $500 console and go play the Falconer? What backlog? What is Xbox Minecraft Legends? What are we talking about here? There is no backlog. It would be bullshit if PlayStation tried to run with that excuse. It's lunacy for Xbox to try to do that. So they don't even give a fuck anymore. They're like, we're not throwing you guys anything out. We're not throwing you any breadcrumbs. You got to figure it out on your own. We're just doing what we're doing. Deal with it. Tough cookie. And now the content creators in limbo. You still got some that are trying to attack PlayStation because they can't talk about Xbox. But that's what it is, Emma. Like, let's look at the entire perspective. It's not that they didn't realize, Emma. They have functioning brains like you and I. The difference between them and you and I, Emma, is that they are grifting, fleecing assholes who saw a whole community that they could manipulate, and they did it. And they thought, despite the facts, that Microsoft would give them enough ammo. Look, this is how they looked at it. If Microsoft, with its piss poor showing last gen, could put enough ammunition out there to make people believe back then that they were going to, that they were still a competitor, they'll definitely be able to do it now. Now they're starting off with the power narrative broken. This is what they're thinking. The power narrative is broken. They're starting off with a cheaper console. They have Game Pass. They have all of these argumentative things that we can dress up and prop up and make sound better than what it actually is. Because we know they don't have the games. We know it. We know that they don't. We know that Phil Spencer is incompetent in grooming good hardware. We know this. We know it. And they're not sold on Xbox actually becoming a better platform. They are just sold on Xbox putting out enough marketing on social media that they can spend so they can monopolize or benefit from the ever so lucrative PlayStation fanboy soul. Because this generation, let's not play games with this. This generation, the easiest thing that you could do, besides starting a YouTube channel where you just have rain sounds playing in the background, like ASMR rain sounds. I looked at that, I said, oh shit, that's crazy. Like the easiest thing that you could do next to that is just finding some ASMR rain sounds effects and playing that all day and just raking up the cash. The easiest thing you can do to get ahead on YouTube is to talk shit on PlayStation. I am seeing so many bums. So many, and I normally don't talk like this, but the truth is the truth. I see so many talentless pricks that are coming here to YouTube. Like 4 or 5 years ago, when Z used to do Beast Fire and would make us fight for our spot, or when he would have the debates and shit like, these motherfuckers wouldn't have survived 2.5 minutes. We had one such dude, remember that he tried to be a PC gamer / Xbox nut loving, oh, just nut on me, Xbox, grifter, and he came after King Thrash. And King Thrash said, you know what? Nah, fuck that. Instead of there being another degenerate growing from this, I'm going to cut this motherfucker off at the knees. And he did so. But that is the easiest grift of this generation, is I'm going to talk about, I mean, I go through YouTube and I see so much of it. And they're going after the same 3 motherfuckers. They go after Reforged Gaming, MBG, and Dreamcast guy. And they got these superimposed pictures of them, and they talk shit on them and make videos on them. And just grift. Grift all day. So that 99% of the Xbox content out there, that's what they do. They're just grifting on PlayStation 8. And these dudes that you saw on that panel that we played yesterday, their MO is simply, we're going to talk about how Xbox is more consumer friendly, better for the consumer, more transparent, more forward thinking, all this shit. So we can capitalize too. Like Xbox right now is doing 13% worse as far as its saturation, 13% worse this generation than it did last generation, right? 13% worse. That's not because of consequence. I mean, that's not because of coincidence. It's because the content is less liked. You can make PlayStation Salt content all you want. Your content doesn't reflect the consumer. The consumer doesn't agree with you. The consumer actually sees the Xbox content, sees the PlayStation content, and tells the Xbox content to go eat a bag of dicks. So, I mean, you can sit amongst yourselves and giggle, play with your navels or whatever you do on your grandma's couch. You do whatever you want, but the community doesn't even, they don't even coincide with you. The developers don't care about you. We talked about this earlier in our member stream earlier today, an early bird special, where the Phantom Blade Zero developer did come out and did disown pretty much the tone of what was said. But is the game coming to Xbox? They didn't even mention Xbox in their rebuttal. They didn't even mention Xbox in their rebuttal. So whatever this dude said at China Joy, is it really outside of their mindset, or were they just disowning the tone? Because the dude said nobody wants that console. So they don't want to make it seem like that just because you have an Xbox console, you are nobody, because that is kind of jerkish. So, of course, it makes sense for them to push back on that. But where's the Xbox version? When is it coming? At least the makers of Wukong talked about the Xbox version. They didn't even acknowledge Xbox in their reply. So the community doesn't agree with these creators. The fucking developers don't agree with these creators. So it's just a bunch of goofy nerds and dweebs that want to get on the internet. PlayStation gamers suck. That's it. That's all it is. Outside of that goofy ass bubble, they have no relevancy. The market moves on, moves past them. They have no influence whatsoever except on YouTube and Twitter. And then there's small and their bubbles there. Nobody gives an actual fuck. They're talking shit about a platform that is failing. Who looks dumb? Who is salty? That's what I'm trying to understand. The platform that you're praising is failing. You constantly attack the one that's prevailing. But the people that cherish the prevailing, they're salty. You can call them arrogant, but doesn't that make you salty? Did y'all lose the meaning of the definition? You're trying to convince people that the failing product is the better one. You're whining and complaining about those that say otherwise, but they're salty. So that's what it's all about, Emma. The game was pulled, the rug was pulled from under their feet well before they expected. They didn't care if Xbox could be doing just as bad as it is now. They don't care. If Xbox would have continued to come out there and say, look, console sales don't matter because, and came up with some fancy way to say that, you know, the new metric is MAU. Like if Phil and company was still coming out there throwing out this red meat, having these meetings with these creators to really bombast you all with all this rhetoric, they wouldn't care. They would not care. But now the only difference is that Xbox is not giving them a lifeline anymore. So now they got to sit out here, and we got our 10 likes. Thank you very much. Now they got to sit out here and pathetically make their own lifelines. Yeah, I think it's a good idea that Avowed's getting pushed back because that means that they have so much content. What content? What content? You just got Hellblade 2. And people thought about that in the blink of an eye. It peaked less on Steam than the first installment. Let's see what's going on. Let's do this. Yeah, it's a good thing. We got Hellblade 2. The Hellblade 2 was your offering this year, right? But y'all got so much. Okay, let's look at Hellblade 2. Let's see. Let's see what's so great about Hellblade 2. Hellblade 2. Hellblade 2 has 45 people in it right now. Go to Hellblade 1. Oh, whoops. Oh, that's the wrong bit. The original Hellblade has 194 people in it. I repeat, 2 has 45 people in it. Hellblade 1 has 3 times as many people in it. And that game came out 7 years ago. Versus the one that came out 3 months ago. Well, Hellblade 2 is in Game Pass. So is Hellblade 1. What are we doing? Oh, there's so much to play. Fuck out of here. They're playing you guys like a fiddle. There is no sensible reason that you can't have a vow. I mean, it's fucking what? This is fucking September. There is no reason why you can't have a vow still come out this year. PlayStation had 4 fucking exclusives. The first 5. No, I'm sorry, not 4. They had The Last of Us 2 remake, right? If you want to consider that. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Helldivers 2, Grand Blue Fantasy, Stellar Blade, Rise of the Ronin. They had 6 fucking exclusives. 6 console exclusives in like a 4 or 5 month span. What are you talking about? They've already, they're all, come on now. Push back something else. Push back Towerborn. Like, what the fuck is that even? Give your consumers, set your consumers out with a bang. Give them give them Avowed. Give them Indiana Jones. We know Indiana Jones replay. We know Indiana Jones is just some cinematic shit that's in between is going to give you some mediocre fucking Wolfenstein gameplay. It's probably going to be like an 8-hour game. Stalker. Totally different game from Avowed. Totally different audience. Let them get Stalker in November. You give them Avowed. What, this is September. Give them Indiana Jones in October. Give them Stalker 2 in November, December. Here, we're about to get to it. Let me see something. Game releases 2024. Game releases 2024. Let's see here. Let me go here. This is courtesy of GameStop or GameSpot, I meant. Let's go here. All right. So let's look at October. What's going on in October? October, you got shit out of my face. You got Master Detective, Silent Hill 2, which that's a PlayStation exclusive. Metaphor, okay, that's coming to Game Pass October 11th. Right, I think that's the game that's launching in the Game Pass. Undisputed. Life is Strange Double Exposure. I'm just looking at Game Pass games. You're definitely not getting, you're not getting Wise. You're not getting Romance and Saga. Like, hit your community with some shit. Give them a trifecta, give them a decent game each month. You haven't given them shit. You were supposed to drop 4 decent games. 1 each quarter. Your first attempt was Hellblade. That's it. So they should be getting Avowed, Indiana Jones, and fucking what's it called? It's not like these are the only one that potentially has some length is Avowed. I don't Stalker 2 might be something, but that's November, December. But it's like Cold Blood was saying, they're playing you. They're playing the shit out of you. All right, it's 3:30. God damn. All right, let's watch the showcase, and then we're gonna react to it at the end of it. All right. Let me just go through these comments real quick. Microsoft delaying games to give us breathing room. Forbidden West and Days Gone are on my Sony backlog. Redfall's AI alone was proof that the game was not ready. We got True Virgil says, goofy nerds and dweebs, what are you? You're a turncoat bandit who was looking for a hoe. Since Xbox doesn't want you, you migrate to the ponies. You have no loyalty. You the type who snitches. Oh shit. And they talk about Eldivers too. Shout out to the homie True Virgil. Very very obvious. Avowed is just not ready or needs more time. Obsidian has been involved in tons of projects and is also busy with Outer Worlds 2. Like Xbox can't get it together. All right, let's go. We're going to react to this, y'all. We're going to do it right now. So here we go. THQ Nordic Showcase. We'll talk about it on the back end.
Just so you know, this is not the show, this is the pre-show.
Oh, this is the pre-show. Oh. All right. I'm glad you said something. Okay. Here goes the show right here.
What do you see? Invaders! They're coming! Time to boogie.
Look, it's Sandy!
He's in my head, Juan.
I can fix it.
I like THQ Nordic because they make a lot of games that you look at and you're like, you're interested in. Like, I normally don't buy a lot of their stuff day one. I usually get it on sale. But they make a lot of cool conceptual stuff. Now, when it came to Game Pass, their content would be great for like a Game Pass model.
Let the real festivity.
Because a lot of people just pass up their shit.
Don't let the calm exterior fool you. Under the surface, this place
Yes,
is
Cold-Blood's
so
favorite
twisted, no hero could ever save it.
Is that some fucked up Donkey Kong?
Luckily, Goldman is no hero.
Oh shit. Old man Donkey Kong.
Oh, that's Cuphead.
He said that's oh, that's it looks like the art design from it looked like the art design from Dog. What was it, that shit? Fucking that crazy ass cartoon. Someone took the art design from that
Dr.
crazy
Gilbert
cartoon and
says
made a
the
game.
people we have feelings for can never really leave us. Is that true?
And I would play, Paul G said I would play this on my Switch.
Hate?
I'm not gonna lie, it actually looks good.
No, it does. It does. What's the name of that game, y'all? Gold Man. The Eternal Life of Gold Man. Yeah, what is that? What is that cartoon series? Dog, that crazy ass cartoon series used to come on Cartoon Network. Come on.
That is a mouse game right there.
Fuck, hell no. I mean, the viewpoint, I've played games from that viewpoint. Yeah, but Space for Sale. But nah, I couldn't play that. I couldn't play that. Like it, I don't mind games from that view. Like I like games like that, like a Diablo looking game with that level of detail. I wouldn't play nothing like that. But I ain't mad at the game. I mean, here we go. That's when I said I wasn't mad at the game. This shit. See what Disney got. He still got nothing on Palm.
Pick Mickey.
I don't think, is this Epic Mickey?
Man, playing a whole game as Phil Spencer is kind of hard, bro.
Explore classics, platforms, and levels. Isn't THQ Nordic making Warframe or Warhammer? Well, I remember Fantasia. Yeah, I remember that game.
Told you it's Epic Mickey.
Oh, it is Epic Mickey. Epic Mickey rebrushed. That's interesting that they gave that to THQ Nordic. Because, you know, Epic Mickey is like...
But it's just a remaster.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay.
Breakfast.
They hurt you pretty bad, didn't they?
It's like he's talking about the Xbox.
I haven't seen you this scarred since last September.
I didn't see you so scarred since last September when Starfield came out.
Maybe I overreacted a bit too much. But we'll get you sorted out.
Come on! Move it! Get the f out of my way! God damn it, now what? Yeah, that's right. You messed with the wrong guy, buddy.
Next time, I promise not to lose my temper.
Come on! Move it! God damn amateur! Out of the way! Stop driving like my grandma. She's 6 feet
David
under.
Jaffe's favorite game.
M-O-V-E! Move it! You take that piece of throw it up your...
Wreckfest 2. I remember when Wreckfest first came out, it was a big deal.
Oh, feels like something came out between the seat.
But that was a long time ago. That was a long time ago.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey from a different perspective.
It's a lot of running. Now something like this, I may be into. They just need to make a new Van Helsing. Yeah, something like this I may be into. When are they coming out with a new Van Helsing? I remember playing the first one. Titan Quest. That sounds familiar. Why does Titan Quest sound familiar?
Because it's an old ass game.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like it. I mean, I'm not like, oh. I like it.
Oh yeah, baby. My most anticipated game from THQ.
Enough. Send him in.
I loved Gothic, bro. Probably my favorite PC exclusive ever.
I never played Gothic.
Welcome to the Valley of Mines, an immense penal colony. For the war against the Orc,
Excuse me, an immense what colony? Excuse me?
The king needed ore to supply his armies. So every man guilty of a crime, no matter how insignificant, was forced to work in the ore mines of Khorinis. To make it impossible for them to escape, the king sent out his best magicians to create a magical barrier around the entire valley. But something disturbed the creation of the barrier, trapping everyone inside. The convicts revolted and took control of the colony. They divided into 3 camps. The old camp is satisfied with the current situation. As long as they deliver the ore, the king supplies them with everything they need. The new camp, however, thinks they can use the ore to blow up the barrier. And then there is the sect from the swamp. They believe that a mysterious new deity will free them from their prison. Thus begins your journey in the open world of the Valley of Mines. Creating Gothic Remake, we focus on the 4 pillars that we consider the core of the series. Simulation of a living world, exploration, story, and combat. Like the original 2001 title, Gothic Remake is set on creating an immersive and realistic world.
This game needs a lot of
Enjoy
work.
a complex life simulation on a scale hardly ever seen before in a video game. During the day, the inhabitants of the colony carry out a variety of activities, while nature, rich in all its diversity, lives out its own rhythm. All this gives the impression that this world can exist without the player. Explore the colony on your own and enjoy the unprecedented freedom this open world offers. In true RPG fashion, you decide when and where you go next. Meet numerous interesting characters, understand their inner motivations, and earn their respect by completing a series of elaborate quests. How you solve or handle their problems depends entirely on your choices. No matter when, in what order, or if you do anything at all, the game will always respond appropriately to your decisions. Experience a complex and demanding combat system with satisfying character progression. Overcome your opponents using a variety of melee weapons. Eliminate them from a distance, or learn
Is this some survival? I've never played this game. Is this some survival?
Remember that each type of weapon behaves.
No, it's an RPG, bro.
Its effectiveness depends on training.
It's giving me art vibes.
But it's
We're aware that when
fucking.
creating a
If
remake
you
of a
don't know
beloved title,
how it works,
it is
it's
hard to live up
fucking
to
hard,
the
bro.
expectations of its
Like,
long-term fans. However, we
You're
feel there is
gonna
room
get
to
your
develop the
ass whooped
experience
by this
further
game.
by telling new stories from the colony and expanding on those that die-hard fans have known for more than 2 decades. We are
It's
also
giving me
focusing
Dragon's
our
Dogma
attention
2
on enhancing
vibes.
many
Okay,
aspects
I mean,
of
if it's
gameplay,
more Dragon's
such
Dogma
as
2
diverse NPC routines and reactions,
versus Ark,
more
I hear
complex
that
craft,
survival shit.
and more rewarding character progression.
I can't
Well,
get into Ark.
Despite the passage of time,
No.
Gothic remains in
I
the
wouldn't
hearts
say
and
it's
minds
Dragon's
of many
Dogma.
players. With the possibilities of Unreal Engine 5 and a variety of modern features, Gothic Remake will soon
It's
rekindle
more
that
with
love.
dialogue
Whether you've
and
been
a lot
loyal
of
fan for
fucking
years,
freedom to
or are
choose
just
how you
looking for a
approach
true
it.
RPG experience, welcome back to the colony.
At least it was back then. I don't know what they're gonna do with the remake.
Yeah, like, have you ever played any of the old Sierra games like King's Quest and shit? I think it's giving me vibes like that to an extent. I mean, that's cool.
Oh yeah, Deer Hunter 2024. Hell yeah. I think so. I think it is Deer Hunter.
Yeah, it might. Yeah, that's it, or whatever that may be. Yeah, it looks like that shit.
We got the next game for you. You're gonna chase some black pigs.
Phil, see, it's not bad. Why is it fun here, but it's bad in Sea of Thieves? It's bad in Sea of Thieves. Now, oh look, oh shit, there goes the black pigs. God damn it. Why is it bad in Sea of Thieves? Yeah, he gonna be mad to the motherfucker. You get to drive to the different locations and hunt.
Hell yeah. Much more immersive than Starfield could ever be.
Yeah, there's nothing like Starfield would have to go through an overhaul in order for me to get back in the game, and I don't know how they would make that happen, but there's nothing alluring about that gameplay loop at all. I mean, they were close. Like visually, it wasn't bad at all. Visually, it you know, the terrain and shit looked good. Your weapons look good, but so fucking repetitive. Way of the Hunter. Tarsier Studios.
Oh no! And now we got talking pigs. Pause.
The fuck is this?
They're coming.
Lord Jesus. Worldwide game reveal, Gamescom, August 20th. Tarsier.
There's more. Wait a fucking minute. Is that Darksiders?
I don't know. Paul Games said Microsoft will be buying this company soon. I hope not. I mean, back in the day, I thought it would have made sense for them to buy them instead of like some of these bigger companies, but now seeing what they did with how they couldn't even handle Bethesda, like, nah, I don't want them touching anybody. I don't want them I wouldn't want them touching what's that fucking game? What's that game company? The game company that makes all the Blues Clues games. I wouldn't even want them buying them and shit. Be prepared to ride again. That might be Darksiders.
Yeah, of course. It's the fucking what they call the apocalyptic riders.
It's 20 for 13 still unannounced after the showcase. Thank you.
23 games.
Yeah.
Is THQ that fucking big?
Yeah. THQ Nordic. Oh yeah. Yeah, their footprint is a lot more quieter, bro, because they make a lot of AA type shit. Like, you know, they're the ones that originated the AA sometimes with AAA polish. And then until you play the game and you start seeing some of the jank in the animation, you're like, yeah. But yeah, THQ Nordic is big on the, you know, you're not going to get the best graphics. You're not going to get any groundbreaking visual implementation, but they make some games with some interesting game mechanics. Like I always bought THQ. Like I got a bunch of THQ games back here.
Okay. Yeah. So 2 games I definitely want to play now that I watched this.
Mm-hmm.
This side scroller, which was a fucking surprise, like it came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Yeah, it does.
And definitely the Gothic remake. But
Yeah.
I hope that this time they really work on this motherfucker. They cannot bring out another what was that a game called? Elix, bro. Like, nah, it has to be on some kind of quality level.
Yeah. I always watched that game and was interested in it, but I never picked it up.
Well, I beat Elix 1.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah, that was one of the games I was always eyeballing, but I just never picked up.
Well, it's either a slow burn for you, bro, or if you get it immediately, it's not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, for me, yeah, that Goldman game, the side scroller, that looked good. Yeah, Titan Quest, looked good to me in Gothic remake. Yeah, those are the ones that I'm gonna be keeping an eyeball on. And like I said, I mean, before we know what we know now, I would have said, and I've said it before, I made this argument. I said, Xbox, why don't you go buy THQ Nordic? Because I can see their games dropping day and date on your platform. You know what I'm saying? Like, that makes a lot of sense to me. They did not go in that direction. They went to go buy your biggest games ever and fucked up the delivery of them.
Yeah, Xbox is gonna buy THQ Nordic.
I would hate to see.
Why?
What's that company that makes the kid games? I remember I was playing the Paw Patrol and shit. The fuck is that company? I don't even want them buying them and shit. Like, I don't want the kids out there and the kids of the world. Oh, Microsoft fucked up Paw Patrol.
You don't want them to finally have a AA game with AAA polish?
Bruh, I don't want them fucking with Paw Patrol. I don't want them fucking with Peppa Pig, man. Peppa Pig is classic. I don't even want them fucking with that. Leave Peppa Pig alone. Leave Paw Patrol alone. Don't fuck with the kitties. Have the kitties crying and shit. My pig doesn't have a tail. Fuck you, Microsoft. I'll fuck up something. Yeah, I don't.
Peppa Pig best, bro. Peppa Pig best.
Yeah, I don't want anything to. I don't want anything to be absorbed by Microsoft. I don't care what it is. Nothing else. Like, they fucking suck, bro. They suck. They have to learn from Activision on how to, like, that's what they're doing. They're essentially learning from Activision on how to run their studios, and they're looking at their other content and they're like, I guess we'll get rid of this, and this. Like, the only studios that I think that might be safe is Obsidian, Coalition. There's Microsoft lies so much. I don't even believe 343 is safe. And I think Coalition is safe because until they make these Gears E-Day, and if Gears E-Day doesn't go anywhere, then they're fucking going. They're the next ones to get nuked. But I think Obsidian is safe because they're the masters of AA with AAA polish. Like, I really think they could, like, really get away with that. Who else? I think after what is this game? The Perfect Dark game. What do you call them? The Initiative. They're gone. They're fucking gone. Like, I feel like that Microsoft is only finishing that game because they're trying to fill up their roster, and they got the okay from Phil. They got the okay from Satya to bring in Square Enix way back when, before they even bought ABK. And I think they're just rolling that out. I think I don't care how well that game does. The initiative is gone because it's Square Enix working on that game. So initiative is gone.
No, it's not Square Enix.
Who is it?
Crystal Dynamics.
Oh, Crystal Dynamics, yeah.
And Crystal Dynamics does not belong to Square Enix.
Yeah, they don't belong to them. Well, isn't Square Enix is split up, right? I thought there was like East and West. Doesn't Crystal Dynamics belong to the West one? Or
I think Crystal Dynamics was one of those that got fucking sold from Square Enix.
Crystal Dynamics. Parent organizations. Oh, no, they're part of Embracer. That's right. I remember they were sold Square Enix.
Yeah, there was probably. Yeah, they
Square
sold
Enix
them.
North America. Okay. Lying. Doing your cookies. No, I'm lying. Don't pay me no fucking attention. Square Enix North America is just their group in North America. Who owns? Oh, it still can't be. Crystal Dynamics. Who owns Crystal Dynamics? It's Embracer. Square Enix sells Crystal Dynamics. Okay, yeah, it's Embracer. Embracer has them. Embracer still has them until they get rid of them or some shit like that. So Embracer has them now. After that game is done, then initiative is going. Let's look at Bethesda. Who in Bethesda is going to stay? Let's deal with the 500-pound gorilla in the room. Bethesda Softworks, that makes the Todd Howard games. They're alive until Elder Scrolls 6, and then the fate of that studio is Elder Scrolls 6. If Elder Scrolls 6 doesn't do well, then they go. Todd Howard goes into retirement. Machinima Games, we'll see what Indiana Jones does, but I think their fate is based upon the next Wolfenstein. Id Software, what does Id work on? What was the last thing? They're known for Rage. So Id Software.
And known for Doom, not for Rage.
Oh, does Id work on? Okay. It's safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought that they didn't do. I don't know why I thought somebody else did. Okay, it is safe. It is safe. It is safe. They got I think they got a couple games to where they can afford to fuck up on. It is safe. Who else is under Bethesda? Look at Bethesda Studios. Bethesda. Bethesda Game Studios. Let's see. I go to games and all they show me is fucking Starfield. Yeah, they're overview games. Wow, that's crazy. All it. Oh my God. Excuse me? Like, are they not okay? ZeniMax. Let me look at ZeniMax. Maybe they've completely detached Bethesda from the other ZeniMax games, and they're now studios. Okay, here we go. All right, so yeah, that's what they did. So there's Bethesda. So now ZeniMax, all these studios are considered under ZeniMax. All right, so ZeniMax, the studios under ZeniMax is Bethesda Game Studios. That's Todd Howard and company. There's ZeniMax Online Studios. There's id Software. There's Arcane Studios. Oh my God, they still got Tango Gameworks up here. Let me show you guys this shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's show you guys this shit. All right. So they still, okay, so here it goes. Bethesda, ZeniMax Online, id, Arcane Studios, right? Machine Games, Tango Gameworks. Let's visit the studio site and see what they say. See what it says when we. Oh my God, it's still up. Hold on, let me put this in a new tab. So Tango Gameworks is still up there. We at Tango Gameworks want to create the most innovative and immersive game. What is going on here? They still got the company philosophy. 2025 new graduate hiring. Come work with us. What is going on here? Oh my God. Like, I can apply for a job. We're on the lookout for people, programmer. View application, so I can actually apply. Oh my God.
Apply for who?
I can apply for a game at Tango Gameworks. That's I'm looking at their application process right now. Like, their website is still active, and it says 2025 new graduate hiring. Oh my God, company. Is a proud member of an industry. Oh my goodness. So their website is still active. How janky is that? How freaking janky is that? So they got Tango Gameworks. Okay, Alpha Dog, they got rid of them, and I can't remember what they did with Roundhouse Studios. Okay, so I think Alpha Dog is gone. I think they kept Roundhouse. Roundhouse, the developers, okay, they do some other, I don't know what they do. Arcane Studios, I think Arcane is safe. Not as safe as id, but I think they're safe. I think Machine Games is safe. I think out of all the ZeniMax, like the next one that could be hit to the chopping block. I think the one at risk, as crazy as this sounds, I would say first is Bethesda Game Studios. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but I really think that they're up for risk if Elder Scrolls 6, and we're probably like 2 or 3 more years until we get Elder Scrolls 6, right? But Elder Scrolls 6, if that doesn't hit, then you could forget it. They're gone. Then I would say Machine Games would be next. And then that would just really leave these 3 studios, ZeniMax Online, Arcane, and id. That's part of ZeniMax Studios. They would probably just purge everyone else. Keep those 3 if these 2 fail, and that's it. So, yeah, crazy stuff. Well, any final thoughts, Cold Blood, before we wrap this up today? What would you give that showcase if you had to grade it?
Do we compare to the other showcases, or are we just?
I mean, you can do both. Like, if you wanted to grade it separately and then against the other showcases.
Of course, if you grade it against the other showcases, it's probably not even a fucking 6.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was not much there.
Yeah.
But if you just grading it as a THQ showcase and nothing else,
mm-hmm.
I'd say that's a solid 7.
Mm-hmm.
Like they showed their best fucking IPs they got.
Yeah, that's what I do. If I had to, I would rank them against other ones. Yeah, I mean, I would rank it after the Nintendo showcase. Yeah, I would give it like a solid 7, between a 6.5 and a 7. But yeah, it's THQ. You know what I mean? So I mean, I wasn't expecting. I don't know. I wasn't expecting Grand Theft Auto level, announcements or anything like that. It's THQ. This is the lane that they operate in, and in the games that I saw, it was like, okay, that's so they get a 7. I'd get 6.5 and a 7 to me. Yeah, I thought it was cool. All right, y'all, we're gonna get out of here. We will see you guys tomorrow for Early Bird Special. And then I think I'm gonna do I'm finally gonna drop the Star Wars video tomorrow. And then we'll be back again Wednesday for what do you call that shit? NRO mic check. This shit. NRO mic check. All right, y'all. Until next time, have a wonderful gaming day. Peace.